Hi, my name is Clarissa Bramwell, and today I'll be performing the practical lab non-sterile compounding of an ointment. So I had to first gather all my material. So I'll be using my tubes of petroleum jelly. I'll be using my gelatin, my mock gelatin, which is the cocoa butter cream, my container, my scale, my spatula, my two weigh bolts, my parchment paper, gloves, and my alcohol prep pad wipes. So the prescription I'll be working on today is for Louis Ballinger. I need to compound gelatin 5% in zinc oxide ointment 40 grams. So I have to find out how much of both those ingredients I'll be using. So for the cocoa butter cream mock gelatin, 1.1 ounce tube, I did 0.5 times 150 grams would give me 75. Divided that by 5, and I'm going to need to use 15 grams. The petroleum jelly is the mock for the zinc oxide ointment base. 2 ounces is equal to 60 grams. So I took the 40 grams minus the 15 grams cocoa butter, and I would need 25 grams of the petroleum jelly. Now the maximum and minimums for the zinc oxide, so the maximum would be 27.5 grams, the minimum would be 22.5 grams, and that's for zinc oxide. And for the gelatin, my max is 16.5 grams, and my minimum is 13.5 grams, and that's based off the 10% rule. So my next step, now that my calculations are done, is I am going to perform the aseptic hand washing. Okay, I made sure to remove all my jewelry. I made sure to have my paper towels and my hand soap. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start the aseptic hand washing, with the first step being to grab a paper towel and to make sure that I turned on my water, and I'm looking to achieve lukewarm water. Okay, now I want to go ahead and I want to wet my hands, and then I want to go ahead and apply my soap, my hand soap. Okay, once I've done so, I want to, in a circular motion, start to wash my hands for a minimum of no less than 20 seconds. I want to make sure to get in between my fingernails, under my nails. Okay, now I'm ready to rinse. At no point do I want my hands to touch the inside of the sink or my clothing. So I want to keep my fingers facing downward. Okay, once my hands are dry, I want to grab a paper towel, turn the water off, and then I'm going to proceed to pad dry my hands. And now my hands are clean. Okay, now that my hands are clean, I want to go ahead and put on my gloves.
Mom, don't back to me.
Okay, once my gloves are on, I want to go ahead and start to clean my material. So I want to take one of my alcohol pads. Let's open it. And we're going to start with the scale. Want to grab our weigh boats.
Mommy, there's the back from missing. There's not the back.
Just go ahead and clean the spatula.
Mom, I'm trying to do
And then I want to go ahead and clean my parchment paper. And now we're going to a few seconds for everything to air dry. Now that all of our materials have been cleaned and allowed to air dry, we're ready to go ahead and measure our 2 ingredients. So we're going to start with the zinc oxide, which is the petroleum jelly. And the maximum I can use on that is 27.5 grams. And the minimum I can use on that is 22.5 grams. So I got my scale. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to tar it. Okay, now that my scale is at 0, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to start to measure it. Okay, so I'm going to add 26.9. I'm going to go ahead and show you that. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to measure the gelatin. We'll be using the cocoa butter. And the maximum on that is going to be 16.5 grams, and the minimum is going to be 13.5 grams. Okay, and we actually got 14.4, so I'm going to go. Okay, now that my ingredients are all weighed out, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to mix the ingredients together. So right now I'm adding the petroleum jelly or the zinc oxide to the parchment paper. I want to make sure that we get most of the product out of the way boat. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add the cocoa butter cream, aka mock gelatin. And same thing with the gelatin. I want to make sure that I get all the product out of the boat. Okay. So once I've got all of the ingredients out of the boat, I want to go ahead and I want to start to mix them. The goal is to blend them so that I don't see two separate ingredients. I see an ointment. Mm-hmm. Okay, now that everything is well blended, I only see one color. I don't see separate ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and show you, and then I'm going to go ahead and start to package it into the container. So 1 second. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead. We're going to grab our container, and we're going to start to package it up. But first I'm going to scrape everything to the center, so it could be a little bit more easier packaging it up.
I need a pencil. Dad, pause. Dad, put it on the machine. Put it on the machine. Put it on the machine. Dad, put it on the machine. Dad, pause
That's all what? Don't use that one.
Daddy.
Okay, so now we're mixed. No air bubbles. We could go ahead. We're gonna put the top on. And then we're gonna label the prescription. Okay, so we've got the prescription, the label on the container. So we labeled the prescription. And we're gonna assign the BU date, and that's gonna be for 30 days. So it's 11/5/23, and it's gonna expire 12/5/23. Okay. My next step would be to go ahead and complete the compounding record, which I already have done. Now I'll go ahead and I'm going to clean my materials and store them for future use. So I'm going to go ahead and get my alcohol pad. And I'm going to start with my scale. Then I am going to start with my whey boys. Okay, I'm gonna allow that to dry. Okay, we're gonna allow that one to dry. So the date on this prescription is November 5th, 2023. So the BU date would then become 12/5/2023. Okay. So our final step would be to clean all of our materials for future use. That's what I'm going to do next. And that's it. Thank you so much.